This one's a biggie. Pay attention, class. What does broadcast quality mean? All of us who are experienced, itch my back. All of us who are experienced know what broadcast quality means. And if I can take a bow for a second, because I'd love to, the words broadcast quality were never used in the context of the music industry, to the best of my knowledge, prior to Taxi using it. I stole it from Panasonic in one of their brochures for a professional video camera. They said, professional broadcast quality video camera. And I went, that's it. Because we were having a hard time explaining the difference between demo quality, which means it sounds like a demo, and you instantly know that, or Michael Jackson did this in a world-famous studio with Bruce Swedien sitting at the console. And there was no terminology that described the mid-ground. And the mid-ground is something that sounds well recorded enough, well balanced mix-wise enough, that you could put it out on air today in its current form. It's not a demo that has to be redone, and it's not a 24-track super digital thing done in a multi-million-dollar studio. With the advent of the Alesis ADAT and good little home consoles and other gear, we started getting stuff that sounded pretty darn good and was definitely good enough to go in a TV show, but there was no descriptor for that, hence broadcast quality. So what does broadcast quality mean? It means that, again, it sounds better than a demo, and probably not as good as a state-of-the-art recording, although a lot of home stuff is getting there these days. It also it implies that the vocals are well performed. You could have a track that's super well engineered from a technical perspective. The bass sounds great, the kick drum sounds great, the snare sounds great, the guitars sound great, and things are well balanced. But if you've got a vocal that sounds lackluster or a little pitchy or just inappropriate for that style of music, you lose your broadcast quality badge. So there's more that goes into the term than just simply engineering. People want to believe that it's a technical term, but it's really not. At least, being the guy that stole it from Panasonic, I can tell you at the time that I thought to myself, this describes the overall thing. Is it good enough to be put out in a TV show today? It could be that it's just a simple guitar vocal. I'm trying to think of an artist, but somebody that's sounds like they swallowed a mouthful of gravel and had way too many scotches last night, and chain smoked on top of it. But that vocal, as rough and raggedy ass as it is, and the acoustic guitar, which sounds like it's got rusty strings and it really hasn't been tuned recently, maybe it's tuned at the factory in '78, you could have that gravelly vocal and that guitar that sounds like crap and still be broadcast quality in the context of a certain type of song. If it's a Tom Waits-ish song that is supposed to sound like that, and the scene is a kind of a gritty, rusty, sweaty, down in your luck kind of scene, that just might be broadcast quality in the context of that scene. Now, if you played that same piece of music against a polished, slickly produced pop record, they're going to sound dramatically different. But in the context, which is one of my favorite words in the whole world, in the context of a certain listing or a certain scene, that Tom Waits kind of thing could be broadcast quality. So there you go. It's malleable.